pray with us even as we commence the section today. So, Mr. Ignatius, if you are here, kindly turn your video on and your audio on and give us the opening prayer. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry with the video, I may not be able to turn it on because of where I am, but shall we pray? Let's pray. Father, we thank you for today. Yesterday was an amazing time. Yesterday was impactful. You literally brought insight through the vessels. Bible says in the book of Philippians chapter 2 verse 13 that it is you that work in a man both to will and to do of your good pleasures. Indeed, you wield those knowledge, those insightful and impactful words through your vessels unto us. We pray that today, even as Bible says that the latter glory shall be greater than the former, we know that today will be much more amazing and much more insightful. We thank you for the spirit of understanding that governs our heart and our minds today, so that we will not just be listeners, but we'll be doers of what will be given to us today. We bless you and we thank you even ahead for a successful program and meeting. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. And thank you very much. And God bless you. So that was Mr. Ignatius Wapre. He doubles as our deputy media team head for the Rise Impact Foundation. Another thing that I would like to apologize for is that Mame Osei Kwache, who doubles as the secretary for the NGO Rise Impact Foundation. Mame is here. I'll call on Mame to give us what she learned yesterday and what she took home. So if Mame is here, Mame Osei Kwache, kindly tell us what you learned yesterday and how impactful you were yesterday. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So, from yesterday's interaction, I learned a lot. I learned that in as much as financing is something that we are all struggling with, we should still be able to budget well, plan our monies well, so that whatever we want to do, we'll be able to do it. I also learned that if we want to see any change happening, we should start something. When you start, somebody will definitely join you. Even if you don't get any help, by the time that you move, you continue with whatever you are doing, you'd see a lot of benefit or a lot of impact from the change that you have started. And even if you don't have the support again and you want to make a big change, start small, then you can increase it later on. And then I also learned that from the last speaker of yesterday, that when your elders advise you, listen to them because they know what is on the ground. They have passed through something that you are now coming to pass through before. So listen to them and then take the advice that they are giving you, and it will be good for your own self. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much from Mame Osei Kwache, the secretary for the Rise Impact Foundation. It's been very, very instrumental as far as the establishment of Rise Impact is concerned. And we have to attribute her that respect. She learned a lot, and I believe those who were not able to join yesterday's section have something to take home from yesterday's section. Now I'll call on our brother Gideon Kumi, who is the media head, who handles all our media expenses and everything. He's been very instrumental. He also tell us what he learned yesterday briefly so that we can continue. The law of uniformitarianism states that what yesterday has is what we build on. So we have to know what we learned yesterday so that we can build on it. Thank you. Mr. Gideon, kindly turn on your audio and then your video and speak to us.
Benjamin. Right. Yesterday's session was very impactful and I learned a whole lot of them, but I will just share one of them for the sake of time. This was done during Mr. Jeffrey's session. he mentioned one thing that I took home. That's to say that it says service to others is the rent that we pay for living on earth. Service to others is the rent that we pay for living on earth. Uh, it was an exegesis on the importance of living an impactful life. So that is what I learned, to live an impactful life, and that life is about others. I should learn, to live for others, building others and impacting them so that they can also extend that help to others. Thank you for the opportunity. This is the little that I can share for now.
All right. Thank you very much, Brother Gideon Fifi Kumi, who is the media head for our noble organization. At this juncture, I would like to open the floor for anybody who is willing to speak. Just two people, and then we go. Anybody who is willing to speak in regards to what he or she learned from yesterday. So I'll open the floor for two people to speak. If you are willing to speak, fine. Then you tell us what you learned yesterday. The floor is open. Raise your hand, you catch my eye, I call you, and then you speak. Thank you. I would like to share. Somebody wanted to talk? Yes, Mr. Daniel, do you want to talk?
No, please.
Okay, sure. All right. So I think they would want to share it on their social media handles. So as usual, you have to share the link to your social media handles for people to join in and then also learn from what you are learning from. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube. Our YouTube is very active and we are streaming live there. They can get us from our YouTube channel, Rising Path Foundation. Now, I'd like to share a few or a brief thing about the NGO, Rising Path Foundation, what we seek to do, and what we seek to impact in our society. I'll be very brief. So Rising Path Foundation, the idea was brought up by youth. So we are all fresh graduates, kind of, and the composition of the NGO, we have youth, we have fresh, so we are all youth, so we have fresh graduates, those who have completed the undergraduate section, and then we have those who are in the graduate school, we have those who have completed their SHS, they are fresh leavers of SHS, get that kind of thing. We are on board and we are trying to mobilize ourselves to go out there to the world, our communities, our societies, and to impact other people. How are we making the impact? We have education impact, we have a social impact, then we have innovative and psychological impact, where we seek to speak to the individual. We have one-on-one section with people in under-reserved areas. We speak to them, we teach them some of the things that were able to help us succeed or to reach the peak that we've gotten to. We make sure we impact them. There's a whole lot, and when you join our various groups, we have our proposals and our everything on board that you can go through. Our website is also there, and all social media handles too. We have everything in there, and you can get to join us, get to be a part of us through this section. Get it. So we'll be sharing our WhatsApp channels and everything in the comment section where you can join. We are open to these people, fresh SHS leavers, graduates, and undergraduates. The reason being is that we believe that the youth, when we appeal to our age mates, or our group of people, our peers, they're able to open up with us, and then, okay, sure, I've heard you. They are willing to open up to us, and then we're able to impact them positively. That is the angle, that is the basic at which this NGO has been established. And as youth, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to also make impact in our own way. We believe we are all intellectuals, we've acquired a lot of stuff from our schools and others. And then we believe when we are fueled with a little bit of motivation, we can be able to impact our world positively. Feasibility studies have been done A lot of work has been done, and we found some areas in Ghana that we are targeting, and that is the sole or basic through which the NGO has been established. Today's section is going to be very interesting and interacting. Kindly stay tuned, even as we introduce our speakers. So I'll call on Mami Oseikwachi once again to introduce our speakers, then I'll step in to call them one after the other to deliver to us. So Mami Oseikwachi here, kindly unmute yourself and give us introduction of our speakers today. Thank you.
All right. Hello, guys, once again. So, our speakers for today are Mr. Jeremiah Simpson, a youth empowerment advocate and social impact strategist. We have Mr. Morris Cheetham, the founder of Africa STEM Academy. Mr. Prince Ampofo, an author, leadership coach, and a TEDx speaker. And finally, Honorable Julius Debra, who is the Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana. The speakers for today. And please let's note, especially to our speakers, that we all have 20 minutes per presentation so that we can close at the 6 o'clock we have agreed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, our General Secretary. So with the new initiative, of the new development that the Honorable Julius Zebra is on flight and will join us whenever he arrives in US. So we will have to reschedule and with the itinerary, I mean, so that we have other speakers speak even as he joins us later. So we have Mr. Jeremiah is here. Mr. Maurice Chita is also here. And we have Mr. Prince Ampofo, who I think I can see him on the line here. So please, we kindly start with Mr. Jeremiah, if you are ready. Mr. Jeremiah, very sorry that you were not prompted that you're going to start. So sorry about that. So Mr. Jeremiah, if you are here, kindly start for us. And my apologies for the impromptu beginning of today's section. Thank you very much. You have the floor, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ben. I'm grateful. We were ready to take up this task. So no worries at all. No worries at all for God and country. All right. Good afternoon or good evening to us all, great people. I greet you all. And then I must say that I'm very happy and very fortunate to be part of this initiative or this orientation. And I must also commend leadership for such a great move. God bless you. And we know that it is going to be very fruitful and impactful throughout the nation and then across the nation. All right. I want to pick up the topic or the title for this orientation, the youth and impact making. The youth and impact making. All right. As part of the requirements from us, the speakers, were to deliver and make it very practical. So that is exactly what I'll be doing. And then I'll request that all participants will follow promptly. We are going to have a very interesting time. And I know that from here, things are going to happen. As part of my assignment this afternoon, I am presenting to release some kind of fire and commitment in you, so that as Rise Impact Foundation kickstarts any initiative, it will be very impactful. And if you are part, just know that you are fortunate. All right, the youth and impact making. I want to put my presentation in a story. It's a personal story. and I want to put my presentation in a story so that all of us will pick something out of it. All right. So when I completed SHS some years back, I had that I had that heart to help the needy. So I started going around receiving used dresses and then visiting one orphanage to the other. So at a point, I paused. So what happened was that I needed to start something in order to impact lives. All right. So I took that initiative again. And after I completed, some of us, when we completed SHS, because of challenges in life, great. I love the picture I'm seeing. I'll be speaking to it very soon, briefly. Because of the challenges in life, losing your father, who was the breadwinner, and things were tough. So I needed to stay home for like 4 to 5 years before going to tertiary. So going to tertiary, by the grace of God, we completed. And this is where my impact making really started. So I went to do my national service in a front place. So the picture you see on the screen is where I slept during my national service days. This was my room, the room I was offered. So let me pick up the story this way. Before starting the service, when the postings came, I decided to find out some few information so that it will help me put myself together as I go. So I was informed that a farm place, specifically Esukesi, it's not a pleasant place to be. That is one. Number two, there was no potable water to drink. Number three, no proper buildings. And number four, mosquitoes and stuff, insects, ants, and other things are there plenty for that matter. It is not going to be a conducive place for you to be. So when I received that information, I quickly responded to the person who gave me the information. There is one thing I think he never told me. So I asked him, are there human beings? Then he responded, yes. Then I also gave him a feedback that if there are human beings, then it means that I can also exist there. Forget about all the negative reports you are giving me. I will go there. As an impact maker, your lifestyle tends to be like an evangelist, where you don't care where you sleep, you don't care the difficulties, you don't care the negativities. All what you care about is your focus, the impact you want to make. So coming there, I needed to register. And in fact, I was left on the motorbike. It was raining at the time. We got wet together with the rider. We got wet. And because of how the journey was, when I was going to register within a farm place, I needed to go to Donkok room and back. I sat on the motorbike and I got dried again. That one alone should have discouraged me. And the information I got should have discouraged me. But I said, no, I will still move on. I'll do the service in a farm place. And surprisingly, no national service personnel has ever taken up that task to be in that village until I went there. So when I went, this room was offered me as my place of abode. I gladly accepted it. So I went to teach in a school, as you can see, DA, kindergarten and primary school. Yes, the picture you see on the screen, I was teaching these kids. They were my children I was teaching. So I was teaching class 2 and 3. Class 2 and 3 at the same time as a national service personnel because there were a lack of teachers. So I'll go to class 2, teach. I'll give them assignment, I'll give them work, classwork. When I'm done, I'll move on to class 3. I will teach them. I'll put a classwork on the board. Then I'll return to class 2, teach again, give them work, go to class 3. I will do that till it's break time. Then I'll resume. That was what the teaching routine. I gladly did that. And when I went to the school, the headmaster plainly told me that the problem they're having here is because the level of education is low, the children find it difficult to understand. And secondly, English speaking is a problem. They are not able to. So the moment I was informed, I went back into that room and told God that God, grant me grace. And the Lord said, I'll help you. So he gave me an idea. Anytime I go to class and I teach, I make sure that I will leave before we close. I will write a story, a short story at one corner of the blackboard. Then I'll guide the children to read. That was what I was doing. I did it for a while. And then one afternoon, the district director of education, oh no, let's go back. I'll come and speak to this image later. Let's go back. Good. The district director of education came to the school and asked, who is in this class? Then she was informed that a national service personnel. So she called me. You are in this class. You're also teaching class 3, 2 and 3 at the same time. I said, yes, madam. So no, you're not a trained teacher. You're not supposed to be given that burden. And she asked, who wrote, are you the person who wrote the short story on the blackboard? I said, yes. Are the children able to read? I said, yes, they can read. In fact, people, the vim I used to say the thing, the woman was tempted to come to the class and point out any child at random to read it. I was saying in my head, hey, what kind of fight am I calling for myself? So lo and behold, the woman went directly to pick one of the best students in the class who can read or who could read. She picked the girl, and the girl came to the board and read. I said, wow. The woman said, wow, that's great. Let me pick another one. Then she went to pick the second best. At random, she picked another boy. And the boy was able to read. And the woman said, wow, this has never happened before. You've done well. You see, the point is that the kind of heart I was having made God to have mercy on me that this day there, let this woman come to pick somebody who can read, and I'll put laughter into your mouth. Let's put that one aside. The second thing was, I was once, during break time, I was once standing in front of the class and I was looking at the kids, having a gaze at them when they were playing. In these uniforms, so both boys and girls were in these uniforms. I looked at them like that, and I could hear God telling me that these were the reasons why I brought you here. Feed and clothe them. Hey, national service personnel, how will I get, look at the number of children, how will I get this amount of money to do this project? So I went back into that room I was given, and I told God, I need your help. I was thinking that God would tell me, oh, I will give you money, I'll send this guy to give you money, I'll send that guy to give you money. All what I could hear was that God told me that I am the God who never give a mission without provision. As an impact maker, the moment you have that heart to make impact, God has already provided for you. You just have to walk in that. So Rise Impact Foundation, as you are beginning this, God has provided. You will make the impact. Because looking at the kind of heart you are having 2 days orientation virtual. And you people are committed to it. You will not do this work halfway. If God has used me to do something, He's going to use Rise Impact Foundation to change the picture of Ghana. Those in deprived places. So let me move on. I took up this initiative quickly. I was coming to Accra every 2 weeks to gather youth clothes or used dresses. I did this for a while, and then during the Christmas season on 26th December, before then I came back to Accra, spoke with some friends, and they told me that about 2 friends said, if God has said you should do this, then we will help you. We gathered, we talked to people, they gave us money, we gathered money, we raised some funds, and then we came back to our farm place, and we cooked, we prepared food, we created some kind of party for the children so that they can also have a few of the Christmas festivity, in as much as it is experienced in major cities in Ghana. We decided that let us project that to the village. So we had a party, and then promptly we fed about 130 children. 130 children alone, aside the adults. The children we fed were 130, and the adults we fed were close to 100. Then we shared the clothes to them. All right. So when I completed the service, I decided I have to take up this school uniform project, because I can't leave the school and leave the kids to be in this uniform. So I came back to Accra, spoke with some few people, gathered money, went to Kantamanto, and then I took different sizes. I bought school uniforms. Then I returned to Afram Place after I completed my service. We completed the service in August. When I completed the service, I returned that same month to do this project. We can move on to the next picture as you displayed initially. You can move on to the next picture, the group picture with the uniforms. So yes, this is it. That's me. Now I am Obolo. That is me in the blue jersey. So I bought. No, let's go back. Let's go back to the uniforms. Let's go back to the uniforms, please. So I bought the uniforms, brought back to the kids. I presented to the school, and that day, it was amazing. Okay, so let me go back in some few seconds. After teaching in school, when we close in the afternoon, I also encouraged the chief to put up a shed for me. So the community put up a shed for me, and I was doing extra classes. So I would teach for close to 2 hours, class 2 and 3. Then class 1, 2, and 3. I'll teach them 1 hour, 1 hour, some 30 minutes. When they are done, another set, 4, 5, 6, they will come and I'll teach them too. When it is 7 p.m., every child in the school, we have, most of them were in the community. Everybody must go and sit behind your books when it is 7 p.m. and no compromise. Don't tell me stories. You must sit behind your books and you must learn. Then I'll pick up my cane, roaming in the village with my torch. When I get you, I give it to you. I have experienced the situation where the children, some of them entered their mothers, how would I say, their bed. They got under the bed. The moment I got there, I was facing them. So the moment I got there, I greeted their parents. Then I entered the room, got down to the bed and brought the kids out. There were 2. I brought them out. Hey, my friend, let's go. You are going to learn. And the parents were looking at me. So I did that. At the point when it is 7 p.m., you see all the kids. Some of them didn't have light at the time in their rooms. So they come to the roadside where the street lights were. They will sit there and they will learn. They were learning until we had that transformation in the school where they can speak some English and they can read. So that was impactful. All right. Fast forward. So because of this initiative, what happened was that I had the interest to move on with this impactful initiative, heavily inspired initiative. So since then, from 2014 to the time I'm talking to you now, every year I go to a village to feed kids. Every year I go to a village. Every year, 26 December, I go with my wife and family. I've been doing this consistently. This is the 11th year. 11th year. So I go to villages, I feed them, I clothe them, and we do entrepreneurial training, beads making, shampoo, liquid soap. We do entrepreneurial training for situations where there are no job opportunities in those villages. So now my vision is to open entrepreneurial or business hubs
in various deprived places in Ghana. When you go to your village, we establish a job or a business there so that the people, the youth, can work and get some money into their pocket. That is the vision. That is what we want to do. So every village, this is more than one district, one factory. This one village, one business. You know God will help us. And with Rise Impact, you are on board. We know together you do your own, we do our own. We can be able to take up Ghana. I believe in Rise Impact Foundation. I believe in what you are about. The speed you are coming with is great. And we are encouraged that we have people like you in the system, educated people like you in the system, who we want to turn the country around. So people, I have been doing this for 11 years now. We have, myself and the team, we have tackled health issues. We have tackled social issues like teenage pregnancies in situations where the villages, because of the boring nature and because of other situations, you see at a point. So when you go to a village, we ask the prevailing issue there. They inform us. You know, we do a visibility study first. They inform us, then we develop the strategy to attend to that particular challenge or problem. So every village um, um, brings out a particular prevailing issue or challenge. So that is what we do. We go to every village and we try to solve a problem. Aside the feeding, aside the clothes we give, aside sometimes the health initiative we take, we've been able to tackle, and we have tackled education. As I'm talking to you now, there is a place in Boko. If Rise Impact can join, we can join forces and we do that. There's a place in Boko, Baswende, Kata Seri, Kata Seri primary school. As of now, the kids are sitting on the bare floor without desk. It was just recently during the elections that I led the MP there, took some number of them there. The children are seated on the bare floor. On the bare floor. I should have shared that picture, but later I'll share it with you. They are sitting on the bare floor, and we want to take that initiative and do it. All right, so people, fast forward. You can share some of the initiative you have taken, the feeding project. You can share some of the pictures you have. So we've been to orphanages, deprived communities, to feed them, especially during the Christmas period, to share dresses to them and stuff. Yes, this is a disability orphanage in some disability orphanage. They use their legs to eat. They are disabled, does not prevent, their disability does not make them use their hand. Not all use their hands to eat. Some of them use, you can share some of the pictures, some of them use their legs to eat. In fact, the owner of the orphanage is an armless woman. She doesn't have arms. This is one of the villages we went to Piprao. In Insawum, we went to Piprao some years back. So the owner of the disability orphanage is armless. And she's putting together, or she's helping kids who are disabled. And then she makes sure she trains them so that they'll be independent. So if you go there, the children, even if the person doesn't have hands, you see the person using the leg to do something. You can flip, you can move on, please. You can move on. Good, that's the woman. I'm the one standing in front of her. That's the woman, Madame Louisa. If you have ever MTN Heroes of Change, she was one of the winners, one of the years. All right, we can move on. So, during my 10th anniversary, the village in which I was at the time, they didn't have a toilet facility. So people, at a point, being in that room, and then late in the night, I wanted to ease myself. Excuse me, very sorry, I'm sharing this. I wanted to ease myself, and there was no place for me to, unless the bush. Just check that time. So I suffered. I really suffered. So it was when a certain woman, she's retired now, she was a teacher, she has put up something small, and I went to ease myself later. So during the 10th anniversary, I said that no, I discussed with the team and we decided, no, let us put up something. Because I have adopted a farm place, as you can see, to change that place. Let us do something. So we can move on. Let's move on with the pictures. So I spoke with some few people, and then we decided to put up a toilet facility. And by the grace of God, we have put up 7-seater biodigester toilets. 7-seater biodigester toilet facility. 5 at a go, 5 at a certain place, and then 1 for teachers and 1 for a retired teacher. So 7-seater biodigester toilet facility. I think I shared that picture. I don't know if you have it, Master Ben, if you can share it so that they see the building. They see the building.
I think we don't have that picture. I think
Oh, okay. Mommy should have it. So let's see. If you are able to get it, you can share. But let me move on. All right. So 11 years. This year we are going to Atebubu in December. Atebubu to make impact there. Atebubu and Ife. So 11 years of constant impact. Rise Impact Foundation. You are up to take up a task. Let us move. Let us do this together. Now, before I close, my time is almost up. Before I close, I want to speak to somebody who is part of Rise Impact. You have been created for a particular purpose. I want to inspire somebody. We must die empty. Whatever thing within us, we must pour into our world. Let us become useful to the kingdom of God. Let us become useful to Ghana and then Africa. Any member in Rise Impact Foundation, if you are in this orientation session, I want to empower you. I want to inspire you. You must die empty. You must pour everything within you that our generation needs. The Bible says that when after David had finished serving his generation, he rested. He died. Let us serve our generation. We can make impact. There are a lot of disabled people around. There are a lot of disabled children around. They don't have anybody to cater for. They don't have people to show them love. Rise Impact Foundation, we are here to do that. We are here to do that. That is the reason why we are called. That is the reason why this afternoon you have availed yourself for the various speakers out from yesterday to now to impact you. May somebody receive a fire to make impact. May somebody receive some kind of fire, some kind of energy within you to make impact. Through this foundation, let the poor be made rich. Through this foundation, let chronic diseases move away so that people will receive their healing. Through this foundation, let people experience some kind of love from a group of people who are also Ghanaians, who are in this country. From a group of people whom, in quote, I will say that in one way or the other, they have their comfort, but they are putting their comfort aside and they are tending to people who are in discomfort. There are children who are suffering. There's malnutrition at a higher rate. There are children who doesn't have dresses to wear. There are children who are going hungry. There are children who are experiencing bad education. There are children who do not have conducive environment to learn. We are tasked as people who are educated. We are tasked as people who have purpose to make an impact. I want to release a kind of fire in you. Now, may this initiative never die off. May this zeal and commitment never die off. May this experience touch the lives of people. My people, I was in school when I thought of making impact. I came out as during my national service days has given me a bigger ministry. My national service days has given me a bigger ministry. I believe some of us are still in school and some of us have completed. We have every reason to make impact. My heart gets saddened when I hear national service personnel, educated people who have gone through the university, they have completed, They are teaching as teachers, national service personnel who are sleeping with JSS and primary kids to give them marks, to give them correct in their books. My heart gets saddened when I hear such stories. People, we are purposed or we are destined to make impact. The impact you are supposed to make is an uncompromising one. We don't have any excuse. So as we have life in us, as we have had the opportunity to go through education to this level, to tertiary, we have every right, we have every reason to make impact. People are suffering. People are going through a lot. We are empowered to go and rescue them. And then I pray for you. As you are taking this initiative, may God help you. God told me that just one statement changed my ministry. Just one statement. I am the God who never gives a mission without provision. If this God did for me, then I am also releasing that same prophetic word to you, Rise Impact Foundation. God will provide. God will provide. From this day forward, anything, any initiative you want to take, may God touch the heart of people, no matter the amount. May God touch the heart of people so that you'll be able to raise the required fund to make that impact. I know this Rise Impact Foundation has come to stay. A Rise Impact Foundation will make impact. God bless you all. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jeremiah. God richly bless you for your time on the call. Please, if there's any question, please let's ask Mr. Jerry while he's here.
Yeah. I wish to have some questions.
Okay. I think I'll be the first person to ask the question.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope my question doesn't become a Jesus question.
Great.
Okay. So in fact, this is very, very impactful. And from the beginning of your delivery, I mean, I've learned a lot. I've written a lot of things. If you can see my book here, I have a lot of things on it. That is very impactful. But one thing I would have to ask you is that, you see, personally, I think that we have individual potentials.
Yeah.
And your potential might be different from mine. So sometimes the fire that burns in you might not burn in me. So your desire to go and sleep in that hut in the village might be different from that of, say, mommy or whoever. You get?
Yeah.
So what actually fueled that passion? What actually influenced that decision? Is it because you are a distinct individual, or is it because you have kind of, I don't know how to put it, but maybe your background, your family background, or maybe some genetic codes in you or something? What actually fueled that? Or was it your thinking ability?
All right. Powerful question. Powerful question. All right. This is how I'll attend to it. Let me pick it from this point. There was that passion in me to make impact. I was telling you when I completed SS, I wanted to make impact. I love to make impact. I love to leave a mark. So this is what happened. During my time when we were about writing our exams, our final exams in school, our teachers were on strike. Therefore, some of the students left. So I gathered some people for us to pray into our national service, into the work we will do. And you know what? People were mentioning bigger, also mentioning bigger places. Fidelity Bank, Auditor General Department. People were mentioning places. And then I was also mentioning that, God, give me a village. Give me a village. So I had chosen Accra as my first choice. When I was done, I said, me cry, these prayers I'm praying, cry. What village is in Accra that? Then I went back and I changed it to Eastern region. All right. So this is it. First of all, it was a decision I took that I want to make impact. Therefore, because in code, the reason why I was mentioning village was that, it's a village sometimes becomes a deprived place. So I decided that no, let me go to a village and make an impact. So the question you asked is a decision. You see, it's a decision. And if you want to be a good man, if you want to be a good woman, if you want to be somebody, you must first have that choice and take that decision. I want to make an impact. Let me decide. We all know that impact making, you don't make impact on the silver platter. Sometimes you need to sacrifice. Yesterday, our doctor was mentioning sacrificial initiative to make impact. Impact making is sacrificial. Sacrificial. If you want to make an impact, then you must be ready to sacrifice. So first of all, that decision to sacrifice, that was what fueled me to take up. In fact, at a point, you realize that no, I fell sick in the process and I needed to come back to Accra, get myself cured and go back again. In fact, I was in a village where the moment you stand by the roadside that you want to board a vehicle, motor or whatever, they will come and ask you, teacher, are you leaving us? So that thing in me, that decision I took, that I will sacrifice, that was what kept me. Do you know the amazing thing? After I was done with my service, the whole village was crying. They wept like babies. They really wept, not knowing they have done a contribution in that village. They gave me 120 Ghana cedis 10 years ago. So that decision to sacrifice, that was what fueled me to move on. So as an impact maker, you must be ready to sacrifice. I don't know whether I've been able to touch on your question, Master Ben.
Perfectly answered. Perfectly
Good.
answered. Perfectly answered. Thank you very, very much, and I really appreciate this. So we'll take a few questions. If you have a question, kindly hand up. You catch my eye, and I'll call you. If you have a question, okay, I can see a hand up.
Okay.
The word expert. Hey, your name is powerful. The word expert. Please speak to us.
Hi, thank you very much, Mr. Benjamin. And I have just one question.
Okay.
Mr. Jeremiah. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Running, I've seen a lot of your work and how challenging the work is, it being a village especially. So I would want to know, what's your, the most challenging situation that you've ever faced, and how did you handle that challenge? Because doing this, I'm with no doubt that you will face a lot of challenge. And also, I would want to know what has been your driving force. What has been sustaining you up to now, that you're still doing what you're doing?
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. All right. So I will quickly answer this question with this. What has been driving me or encouraged me to continue to do what I'm doing is the results I get. The results of the impact I get. That is what makes me happy. That is what encourages me to still move on. And it is true that for the challenges, a Twitter once told us, troubles or challenges do not come in singles, they come in battalions. You see, for the challenges is there, but the results that comes out, the impact, the lives I see being changed. You see, the children I taught, as I'm talking to you now, some of them are in SHS. Some of them are schooling. Meanwhile, a parent revealed to me that they never thought their children would be able to go that further. But they believe that impact I made in their lives, that was what gingered them. So if I see such results, then it tells me that the moment I get relaxed, the moment I don't do anything, then it means that I am putting more people at risk. Because my initiatives are relieving people. My initiatives are making people better. So the moment I relax, it means that somebody will also suffer. I have had the experience where I was going on one project in the central region. Malam Junction, Malam Junction, the car I was driving, I had some food stuff in it and stuff. Someone just hit me like that. And the car nearly dropped off from the flyover. At those of us who know Malam Junction. You know, and that day the accident happened. It was a very severe accident. That day the thing happened. I still traveled with the same car to that village to feed the people. Because some people are hungry somewhere. Some people are not experiencing that feel in the Christmas period. Some people need some health education to get relief. So I needed to go. Sorted out with the police, and I still drove on to Brakwa or Dobin Brakwa. The village was Ogunaso. Even though we had accidents that same morning. So, my brother, the question you asked is the results, the lives I see changed. That is what is keeping me. Sometimes 3 days to the time of the project and the amount of money you want to have, you don't get it. But I still push that whatever it is, I must go on with this project. And then God will provide and we do it. So the results I see, that is what is my power factor or drive on for me to take up this task without relaxing. Thank you very much, my brother. I don't know whether I've been able to do justice to your question, please.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay,
All
that's
right,
fine.
sir.
So I'll take the last question from a hand, Mr. Ignatius. Yes, my deputy. Mr. Ignatius, please, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much. We are very blessed with all your presentation, a very impactful one. We see a lot of us like to talk, but the practicality is very few, and we can see that you talk and you give us practical evidence of everything the Lord has
Yeah.
used you for. And we thank the Lord for your life. And I wanted to ask a question. You made mention of the fact that everybody has a purpose, and I know every purpose is specific. So
Sure.
then I know maybe some people are called to do one or two things. So then you find yourself in like Rise Impact Foundation like this, and then maybe your call to impact, maybe it doesn't align with our vision. Maybe we want to go to rural areas to touch, especially education and the girl child. But maybe by your conviction, from God, you are to go to the ghettos to touch the young guys, and then you find yourself in a foundation like this. I'm saying this based on how you approach that. You use the word and then God and everything. In Philippians chapter 2 verse 13 says that God is the one that works in us both to will and to of his good pleasures. So then you had a passion to go to the rural areas. It was God that willed that to you. So maybe, for instance, a young guy like me, and I also had a passion to affect lives maybe in the urban areas, and then I meet a vision like this that is not in alignment with mine. Do you think that I can still be part of it even as I have a different vision altogether? I've been called to a different vision altogether. Can I start from a place where maybe it does not align with mine, and later, maybe probably because you don't get a vision clearly, you can go on with it, and as later God is helping you? I don't know whether you understand my question.
Yeah, I get you.
Align. So that is what I wanted to ask. Thank
Good.
you.
Good. You see, impact making is not in one line or it's not in one picture. Impact making is all round. So it's very fortunate for you to find yourself with a group or a person who is targeting deprived areas. Meanwhile, you have that specialty in touching life in the urban. That is perfect. That is perfect. So your how do I say, your insights into touching lives in the urban area and then that of the group touching lives in the deprived areas, yours will align with that of the group because we are having one side doing that another side doing this, bringing it together, we make a whole impact. So I believe that Rise Impact, you have several, it's like the body. All right, the body. We have the head, we have the hands, we have the legs. All right. We have the eye, we have the mouth. So everybody and what you can do to help the group. We have some people, they are good with bringing up initiatives. They are very good. So someone can call Master Ben. I have this initiative. If you take it up, it will help. Then you push it up, and then Ben and the other people will also see how feasible that one is, and they will take it. And when it is done, fire. All right. So I believe that once you have your side, your purpose of it, another also have a side of it, another also a side of it. When you bring them together, it will be a whole impact. That is why it's a group. Are you getting it? So there is this thing that I have learned a lot from Captain Planet. Captain Planet. I believe most of us watch Captain Planet when we were kids. Whenever they want to make an impact, wind, fire, water, and what again? You can mention them. And what do we see? The moment they show up their rings, you realize that all of those powers come together. They combine powers, and something happens. So your specialty you have, the interest you have, let us put our interests together, our specialties together, our purposes together, so that we make a whole impact. Thank you, my brother. I don't know whether I've been able to
All right.
attend to
Thank
your
you
question.
very much.
Very well, sir. Very well.
Great.
All right. Thank you very much for the questions. I can see a hand up, but okay, Mr. Andrews, please make it brief, okay, snappy for us because our time is fast spent. So, Mr. Andrews, kindly give us your question. Be brief.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, I want to ask a question based on the answer you gave when you were asked. Um, you gave an answer that is because of the results you have. That's why you are able to
Yeah.
continue with what you are doing.
Yeah.
So I want to know, let's say maybe you receive a bad result. You went basing that you will now move from community to community, trying
Yeah.
to impact the people. So let's say you went back to a certain community, you've seen that what you try to plant over there is not growing, or the people remain how they are before you met them. So if you experience something like this, how will you do it? Will you continue to move from community to community, or it will discourage you to stop whatever you've started?
All right. Perfect. Good question. I've experienced some. See, I said that I said that correctly. That the results I see, results I want to have, the impact I want to make. That is the reason why. Now listen, the 7-seater toilet facility we put up, the amount we put in closer to 40,000. And you know what? At the beginning stage of it, the people thought that I have given money to a particular man so that they can share the money. Meanwhile, I just pay, if I want to buy blocks, I've gone there to make that arrangement. So when I'm in Accra, I'll just pay the amount of blocks to the man whilst my guys are there to put up the building. Then a certain man will go there and then bring them back. And the people thought that I brought money to the man and the man is spending it alone. So the water they were providing and stuff like that, they stopped. They stopped providing the water. Even if you need somebody to talk to so that you make some materials arrangements, nobody is ready to. But meanwhile, they are the people I am building the toilet facility for. Now, this is where my answer gets grounded. Those people doing that, they are not the people I am looking up to for them to discourage me. I am looking at the child who has been there, who always goes into the bush, even at night, to ease himself. That old man, that old woman, that retired teacher. So I am looking at these people, of which after I have put up the building, even those people who will be opposing the project, at the end of the day, it will be beneficial to them. And as I'm talking to you now, they have not built any toilet facility in the area before. So getting to know how impactful it will be, I will not be discouraged. I will still move on to get the required results I want. As I said, challenges or problems do not come in singles. They come in battalions. Even when you want to establish a project for people, as you said, right, they are not responding. But the results you want to get, because of the results you want to have, that is why, that is what will ginger you, will fuel you to continue doing what you are doing. You want to look at a particular resource. All right? You want to look at a particular resource. So I have this quote. He who looks for honey must be courageous to face the bees. He who looks for honey must be courageous to face the bees. If you want to get honey, you must deal with the bees. And you must be prepared to face the bees because they will beat you up. Because you want the honey, you must make sure that you face the bees till you get your honey. You are looking at the impactful results. So he who looks for honey must be courageous to face the beast. Because I want honey, I want to see the impactful results. I always get fulfilled when I see results. So no matter what comes my way, because of the results, I'll still move on till I get the desired results I want. Once I touch ground, I must get results. Yes, my brother. And mind you, anything unattempted is highly impossible. If you don't attempt it, it's very highly impossible. Thank you, my brother. I don't know whether I've been able to answer rightly your question, please.
In fact, I'm not the one that asked the question, but I'm very, very happy. Very, very, very happy. He who looks for honey.
I've received the answer, so you can go on.